Hello, I'm Claudia Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is the energy update for all signs for Monday, the 5th of September 2022. I hope you're doing well. I have a live show 3 times a week here on YouTube. It's called Psychic Cafe. Would love to see you in there. I do various things in there, but what I always do is give mini reads for donations. So if you have a burning question for your higher self and you want one of those mini reads, come along to the show sometime. You can find the next shows laying in wait on my YouTube channel by clicking Be Healing down there. If you're interested in a private reading with me, they're available from my website, BeHealing.com. You can find a link for that in the description box below, and also one up there too. I get them out within 48 hours if you're ordering them. So if it says that it's all sold out, it's because they're not available today. And so if that's the case, just check back a day or so later, because I make them available every day. What's in the energies for everybody today? Let's see. We've got bringer of change happening today, change coming about. So back to work today, are you? Let me know in the comments below. And you could go into work and find out that there's big change happening, a restructure or something like that. If you've got your own business or something like that, it could be that you feel like making change within your business. It could be that feeling like, I want to restructure things. You've got cuddles here as well. You might be feeling insecure as a result of changes that are going on. So, yeah, you need a cuddles today. What else is going on? Flow with it. Flow with the changes. Don't be resistant to it. You know, change is always going to happen. We can't expect life to be constant. And I know, it's just like giving me this vibe. I used to work in corporate many years ago, and there used to be restructures all the time, and people used to be up in arms about it, and it would be very disconcerting. Like it was a terrible thing, and like change should never happen. But of course, change always happens. So try not to resist change. Try and flow with it, because it will always happen. Let your worries drift away, says the flow card. What else is in the energies, guys, today? What else do we need to know about? Ten of Pentacles. This is about building something for the long term. Right, change might need to come about in order to have better results in the long term. We'll be talking about a romantic relationship here that you might want to build with somebody. Happily ever after kind of thing. Could be working towards that, but change might be required. What else in the energies today? Two of Pentacles kind of showed its face there, but we've got the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is about being open and receptive, and I think change that happens today could be very beneficial, but you might be feeling a resistance to it. So instead, try and be in that openness of, what's the universe got for me in this? Two of Wands. Make some good choices for yourself today of whether to take action, whether not to take action. I wouldn't get caught up in gossip today, and if other people are reacting to the change, I wouldn't be wanting to chat with them about that as well. You've got this colleague kind of competitive energies there. Yeah, it could be a good day not to hang out with your colleagues if there's change going about at work today. Let's get some clarifiers out, see what this is all about. Why have we got the Ten of Pentacles here? Think long term. Think long term. Think the universe is trying to get you out of dodge, get you past obstacles. I think this change is for the better, but it might not appear it in the short term. They never do, right? But in the long term, it always works out. Have you noticed that? And if it's not working out already, it just hasn't finished yet. Sacred space is behind that. So I would withdraw today from any kind of gossip or any kind of reactions, resistance. A lot of people want short-term gains instead of long-term gains. You might want to get focused on your long-term gains today. Queen of Cups, be open and receptive to the good that this change is bringing, because it will be. Why have we got the Queen of Cups here? Two of emotions. Wow. Could be talking about a love relationship here, someone coming in with a love offer. Two of Cups are a very significant relationship. Now, these energies could be saying be open and receptive to something that's even better, so a long-term relationship that's even better for you than a short-term gain that you're trying to get at the moment. So if someone's frustrating you at the moment, it might be a good day to have a long-term perspective over it, going, well, this person perhaps isn't best for my long-term anyway. Perhaps I need to give that up and be open and receptive to someone that is better for me. That could be the case for some of you. For some of you, we could be talking about life changes going on so that you can have a commitment with someone else, a long-term commitment with someone else, and the changes that are required to bring that about. So maybe lifestyle changes or something like that. There could be a bit of compromise or shifts in your daily living, location or work or something like that, or how you do things so that you can come together and integrate your lives. Got masculine energy and truth behind that. So the masculine in this relationship might be coming forward and say, I've got this in my life and this cannot change, but this can change. And you might need to, as the feminine, being the Queen of Cups, and be open and receptive to that and go, okay, well, I've got this non-negotiable in my life, but this can change. And just, a bit of give and take there. Two of Wands, but make good decisions for yourself, says the Two of Wands. Six of Materials says make sure it's reciprocated as well, especially if we're talking about relationships or work. Make good decisions for yourself that's going to bring reciprocation in for the long term. And Ten of Voices, because you don't want the same old pain again that you've had before. So stay clear of non-reciprocative energies. If you have been the kind of person that you'll put a hell of a lot into your work, even though it's not paying you properly or you're not getting the recognition from it, don't be so available to do that. If you're the kind of person that would put a lot of effort into like romantic relationships or even friendships or family stuff, any kind of relationship, and you haven't been asking yourself, is this good for me? Is this going to add to my life? Is this going to give back to me? Could be a day to notice these patterns in yourself, not get yourself in that same pain cycle that you've been in before. That putting it all in, not getting stuff back, getting resentful, being in pain, having to give it up, and then have the resentment of having to give it up. And it's like, why didn't they give back? Why didn't you just need to make better decisions up front, is what this Two of Wands is saying. So make sure the reciprocation is there up front. How can you do that? You don't need a crystal ball to do that. The signs are there whether someone is willing to put stuff in at the get-go, at the start. The signs are there if someone's got that going on or not. You might need to get better at recognizing. Healing energies behind that. So yeah, you need to heal that part of you that is willing to put into one-sided situations. Five of Wands is an element of the people around you, and colleagues especially, I'm getting today. Why have we got the Five of Wands here? I'm getting, rather than the competitive kind of thing, I'm getting more of a beware of the opposite of competitive, that beware of the cohesiveness around rejection of change, or it's like a kind of a gossipy energy. Be careful of like gossiping with colleagues and being a part of an energy that you really don't want to be a part of. It's a peer pressure kind of a thing, an energy. Make good decisions for yourself. Don't cave into peer pressure. Three of Emotions around other people. You see, it's around other people. It could be friendship groups as well, or colleagues, or just be careful of chatting with people about the resistance and letting them wind you up and get you further into that resistance, The kind of friends that say, oh, that's terrible, you're a victim to that. The ones that aren't empowering, the ones that don't give you that positive advice that gives you some control over your life, the ones that get you more and more fired up and more resentful and all of that. Stay clear of those ones today, because that could be very compelling, because our ego wants to get into that. Oh, if someone is going to pander to our ego and say, oh yeah, they were terrible, you were right, nothing you could do about that, you're just a complete victim, it's all terrible, and oh, you poor thing, that just appeals to our ego, that, and it has us avoiding responsibility, teaching, You might have learned that already. You might have learned that already, this need to not get into that gossipy thing or get into those conversations that bring your energy down as much as it appeals to your ego at the time, to get into victim mode, especially around change today. Well, what have we got going on in our love lives? Could be something in this Two of Emotions, the Queen of Cups. You could be receptive, open to a love offer today. For a long-term love offer as well, with that Ten of Pentacles, Six of Voices. Someone could be getting themselves out of dodge so that they can, or out of some kind of choppy waters, over obstacles, that kind of thing, so that they can give you a love offer. And they might be coming in with their truth today. The masculine energy could be coming in with their truth today. What else have we got in our love lives? Truth about how they're feeling, that kind of thing. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. So some of you will be closing down to offers that just are not good enough. Some of you might be realizing, I shouldn't be putting up with low-level offers that I have been putting up with. I deserve a lot better than that. And it will come. Eventually, it will come. Trust all will be well. So there's definitely this element of trust is required today. Trust in what's coming in the future. The evidence might not be there today. Although some of you, I think, are getting a love offer today. I think for the majority, it's more about the resistance to change today. It's just what I'm feeling. Go with the flow, no matter what. Trust the universe more. It knows what it's doing with you. What else in our love lives? We've got daydreams. So daydream of better times ahead. What else? Very daydreamy today. What else? We have regret. Don't do things or say things that you might regret today. There is a lot of ego energy around today. Fears. And it can have us saying and doing things that we'll regret. So be careful of that. Lack of self-worth is coming out today. So someone, it could be you, showing like lack of self-worth today. Could be them too. We also have self-worth out. So engender that self-worth thing, especially if you're seeing it in someone else. If you're like, oh yeah, it's them, it's not me, this lack of self-worth, this is kind of coming out to say, are you sure? It's probably both of you. They're probably reflecting it back to you. Especially if it's bothering you about someone else, their lack of self-worth. Often we can want to teach other people of something that we've got inside of ourselves. And it's kind of a projection kind of thing. We see it more in them than we see it in ourselves. You could be irresistible to somebody today. Could be receiving, the masculine might be coming in and telling you how they feel today. They cannot resist you any longer. Change has to happen. I'm just feeling like it's not all good, that change today. Or it could be all good, but you might not be seeing that it's all good today. There might be bits about it that you don't like. Further, someone you know is undependable and insincere. Really watch out. I think a lot of people could be triggered today and in this reaction. And so, I would just not get involved with too much drama and people that want to gossip about stuff. You have a secret admirer. Ooh. And a boot. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Put more into it, get more out of it. But again, with that reciprocation energy, make sure that you're not putting into draining energy here. I mean, it's not always the case that you just put more into it and you'll get more out of it. You have to pick and choose. It's not like, oh, well, if you invest more, you'll get more money out. Well, no, you have to make a good investment. It has to be a good investment. You have to be choosing right in the first place. We've got a younger woman here. What's up with the younger woman? What's this younger woman out here for? She's looking up at you, looking up to you. You're highly thought of by this young woman, so she's noticing. Even more reason to have self-worth. Young ladies are watching you at the moment, so let's help them by showing them that example of high self-worth. Think of a yes or no answer question because I've got a red and a green crystal in this bag. I'm going to pull one of them out very shortly for your answer. This is just a bit of fun because this is a general reading, not a personal reading. But if you want me to answer a specific question that you've got, come along to my Psychic Cafe show. I can pull one of these crystals out for you and your question. I'll also pull cards out for clarity on why it's a yes or why it's a no. I can also answer questions as well with just the cards, no matter what kind of question you've got. Come along in there. I'd love to see you. Psychic Cafe, 3 times a week. You can find it on my YouTube channel. The next show is laying in wait by clicking Be Healing down there. I can also use them in a private reading as well. Book yourself in. There's a link in the description box below and also one up there too. If you've got specific questions for your reading, if you don't want me to just channel it as I usually would, then click on the Contact Us page after you've booked in on my website. You can put your questions in there. How best to deal with these energies today? 9 of Pentacles, single, independent, make up your own mind, do what's best for yourself, go for the wins that will be best for you. Very much be in the single, independent energy today. Watch out for other people today. You could very easily get sucked into negative energy and get yourself on a downward spiral today just by picking up other people's energies. So be careful not to do that. Make some really good decisions for yourself today for wins for you. Think of a yes or no answer question now. Pause the video if you're not ready for your answer. Your answer is no. Computer says no again today. There you go. Now you know. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. And click on that subscribe button and that notification bell. It really helps my channel out when you do that kind of stuff. So thank you for doing that. You'll want to click on that subscribe button because I do one of these energy updates every single day of the year. I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show. And I also make 3 love picker card reads a week as well. You can find one of those right there, right now. If you want to watch that next, you're very welcome to. Have the best day ever. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.